Okay, hi everyone. My name's Cassie. I'm part of the large carnivore team here at Paradise. And I'm here with my colleague Hannah as well. And more importantly, as you can see, just making an appearance here is our lovely Ocelot, Billy. Now I'm going to be filming through windows, so do bear with me. I'm going to try and get the best shots I can for you, but I apologise for the glare. So, just to explain what we're doing here this morning, is we are doing a little bit of training with Billy. And you can see those white things there, those are actually weighing scales. So what we're trying to do is get him to come on the scales. Hopefully he'll get all 4 feet on there, and hopefully we'll get a nice up-to-date weight for him. And this is really important as part of monitoring his health. So all the training we do with Billy is all to do various health checks with him. So today we're trying weight, but we do try other training things with him just to be able to check him over and get a really good look at him, so we can check for any health problems and just keep a really close eye on his general condition as well. It's important with all our cats, but particularly with Billy, because believe it or not, he's actually our oldest cat that we have here at Paradise. He's 18 years old, so he's quite an old man. Sorry, he will be turning 18 in June. He's not quite there yet. Sorry, Billy. So yeah, he's almost 18. So yeah, he is quite an old boy. Although Ocelots could live up to 20 or so years. So hopefully he's still got many years ahead of him. But yeah, because he is an old boy, we do like to keep nice close eye on his health and his condition. And all the training we're doing, you can see he's getting little treats. So all the training we do is all through positive reinforcement. So it means that they get a reward when they do what we need them to do. And obviously the most reinforcing reward for Billy is a little snack. So he's just getting some little bite-sized pieces of meat there. Now they are only very small pieces, so it is just a little snack for him really. Most of his diet will come from his main meals, and we give those main meals every day, and he gets around 300 to 500 grams of meat a day for his main meals. And we do feed him on a variety of different types of food as well. So we do tend to give him whole food, which might sound a little bit gory, but it's actually really enriching for him. So we will give him things like whole mice, whole rats, whole quails, and also sometimes a nice treat like a whole rabbit or a whole pigeon, chicken as well. So we do try and vary it as much as we possibly can to keep it nice and interesting for him. In the wild, ocelots would eat lots of different types of prey. So anything from small rodents to birds, and also amphibians and reptiles as well. So they do eat a really wide range of different things. And they will hunt fairly regularly as well. So being a small cat, their digestive system is quite different to the large cats. So we're just doing a bit of target training with him now. So Hannah's got a little target on a ball, and he's learnt that if he follows it and touches it, he gets a little treat. You might just be able to hear a click. We do use a clicker. Some of you might have heard of clicker training. So what the clicker does is it tells him that he's done the right thing and there's a reward coming. And the target just helps us to move him around to where we need him to go. So yes, going back to small cats and how they eat, they are very different to big cats. Big cats are gorge feeders, which means they'll eat a very large amount in one go, and then they can go sort of several days without having to hunt and eat again. Whereas small cats have a much faster metabolism, so they tend to need to eat much more often. So small and often tends to be the way these guys will eat. So we do the same here with Billy by feeding him on a daily basis. And as I said, by giving him the whole food items, it is much more enriching for him, as he has to work that little bit harder, strip any feathers or fur off of his food so that he can get to the meat. So his training session has finished now. So he may have a little wander around, he may go back to bed. We'll keep following him and see where he goes. He's come down into his little end area here. Does look like he might be heading back to bed, but we shall see. So ocelots come from Central and South America, and also, surprisingly, some of the southern states of North America as well. You can see how well their camouflage works. He's demonstrating that very well for us, hiding in the bush there. So yes, they come from the Americas, lots of different countries. They tend to favour fairly forested habitats, but you will sometimes find them in grasslands as well. And they can actually adapt to living near to human habitations. Although sadly in some parts of the world this is actually a problem for them. So in Texas, for example, where you do find ocelots, they are actually what we call regionally endangered. So in general, ocelots are considered by the IUCN as least concern in terms of conservation. But in certain areas their numbers are definitely in decline. And unfortunately the issue in Texas is that they will often try and cross roads, and sadly this will result in some road traffic accidents. And this obviously has quite an impact on the number of ocelots in the area. Off he goes again. We'll see if we can find where he's going. So yeah, as I said, overall they are considered least concern, but that is likely to change as their population is in decline, and they do face several threats. So obviously in Texas, as I said, it's the road traffic accidents that are the problem, but in parts of South America the issue is more to do with habitat destruction. As I'm sure you guys all know, the rainforest is being cut down at quite an alarming rate, and this does obviously mean that there is less habitat for ocelots like Billy. So their beautiful coat as well is actually part of their downfall also, because as you can see it is absolutely stunning. He's got lots of spots and stripes and rosettes, but sadly they have been poached for the use of their skins as well. So Billy here is a great ambassador for his wild cousins. He helps us to educate people about ocelots in the wild and about their conservation, so he does a very important job. Now, any of our regular visitors will know that Billy is very elusive, and he can be very, very difficult to find when you do come and visit us. So I'm going to give you a few tips so that when we are able to open again, if you do want to come and see us and come and see Billy, hopefully you'll have the best chance of finding him. So he will spend a lot of the day sleeping. So ocelots are generally nocturnal cats. So most of his day is often spent in his den, in bed, particularly in the winter. If you do visit us in the winter, the best time to see him is most likely going to be in the late afternoon when we give him his food. So that's probably the best time. And if you ask a keeper what time we're feeding him, we can let you know. In the summer, the best bet is to look up, because he is likely to be out during the daytime, but he's probably going to be sleeping on one of his high up platforms in his habitat. So make sure that you check all the high platforms and see if he's having a little sunbathe up there. So yes, please do come and visit us when we do open. But in the meantime, if you are able to, we do have a Just Giving page called our Animal Support Fund. And what we're trying to do through that is just to keep raising money to pay for all our daily costs, because obviously although we're not open, we do still have lots of costs to cover. He's keeping me on the move now. We do have lots of costs to cover, but without visitors coming in, obviously we're not getting the funding from our ticket sales. So if you are able to donate, that would be hugely, hugely appreciated. But understandably, it's an uncertain time to everybody. So even if you're not able to donate, even just sharing our videos is an absolute huge help. So please do share away. We're doing lots and lots of really cool videos, lots of cool animals. So yeah, keep sharing those. And we'll keep you updated on all our animals and how they're doing. We hope to see you later in the year, but in the meantime, stay safe, and thank you very much for tuning in with us.